Most jazz players spend months and months learning an entire solo, note for note. What if I told you that there's a way more effective way of building your jazz vocabulary so that you start sounding like a real jazz musician in as little time as possible? Let's go into that. Trying to tackle an entire solo can be quite overwhelming. So what you want to do is to pick a short, manageable phrase which you can hear and understand and then eventually apply so that it becomes part of your own playing and your own vocabulary. Sometimes just a 1 or even a 2-bar phrase can give you dozens of ideas for improvisation, and it's a much faster way for you to begin to internalize the language of jazz. So for this video, we're going to use an example from a pianist called Sonny, who was a famous hard bop pianist from the 1950s, an American pianist. And he plays this recording of Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, which I would like us to listen to together. We'll take short phrases and see what we can learn from it. So here's the song. Before we even go any further, I love that opening. Listen to it one more time. Right, so there's several reasons I like this. So number 1, that opening phrase is, that's short. For me, that's short enough. It's actually just one bar, maybe slightly over. I'm going to call that 1 bar. That's a 1-bar phrase. So it's short, but number 2, I like this because it's actually singable. So the beauty of me having played it a few times there is I was getting the sound in my ears. Okay, so it's short, but it's also singable. And then the third thing I actually like about this is that that phrase clearly outlines the harmony. So I can hear that this is over a 2-5-1 progression in the key of C minor. And what I mean by that, so this is C minor, and here's a C minor scale, for instance. So there's the chord on the first degree of the scale. So this is chord 1. But when we say 2-5-1, we mean we're starting on chord 2. That's D half diminished, also known as D minor 7 flat 5. Then it goes to G7. So this is 5. So 2, and then 5, and then 1. For the 1 chord, particularly if I'm playing the hard bop style, I like to use a minor 6 chord. So I'm playing C, E flat, G, and A. Okay. Sometimes people will play a minor 7th chord. I like the minor 6. Right, so here's a 2-5-1 progression, and I'm going to use inversions. So that's 2-5-1 in the key of C minor. So remember I said that phrase was short, it was singable, and it outlined a 2-5-1 progression in the key of C minor. Okay, so here's what you do when you're learning a phrase and you really want to put it into your vocabulary. I'll play that phrase one more time. So okay, so the first thing I like to do is to actually just sing that phrase. Okay, so so what I would recommend, once you've found your phrase, remember short, singable, it outlines the harmony clearly. You want to sing that phrase before you even touch your instrument. Okay, so far I haven't tried to play it yet, but I've heard it a few times now, and I've sung it. I'll sing it with the recording just to double check that I'm singing it correctly. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay, so that's step number one. Okay, so I am outlining the harmony. I mean, I'm singing the the short phrase. Right. So step number one, when you're learning and you've chosen your phrase, is sing it before you play it. So listen to it and then sing it. So what this actually does is it helps you to internalize a number of things. So you internalize the phrasing, you internalize the rhythm, and then your sense of pitch also just improves from you singing. Okay, because I think there's quite a strong connection between your ears and your voice, because your voice is the first instrument. The fingers are a little bit further away, from the ears. So if you can sing it first, then you'll be able to play it with your fingers. Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time. All right, I've got that. So once you've repeated it, once you feel that it's internalized, what you could even do, and I'm actually going to do this because I'm using this software here called Transcribe. You don't even have to use Transcribe, by the way, because this feature is also available even on YouTube, where you can slow down the tempo of something. So I can hear it because number one, I've heard this recording a number of times, haven't transcribed it, but I've listened to this recording a few times. I like it, and I've played for a while. So some of these things are much faster for me just because of my experience, but if you feel that phrase is difficult, what you can do with Transcribe or even with YouTube, you can slow the song down. So here it is at full speed. Okay. I am going to put it at half speed so that I can hear everything very clearly, so that I can sing it accurately. Okay, now it's even clearer than before. I'm going to play it and sing it one more time. So this makes every note extremely, extremely clear. Every note, every interval, it's now clear to me. Okay, so I sang it. Slowing it down helped me. I'm playing it at 50. If that's still too difficult, you can even go to a quarter of the speed. I wonder what this will sound like. Okay, so sometimes, and you don't have to transcribe softly as in The Morning Sunrise by Sonny, by the way. Any song of your choice, I'm just showing you the process of learning it. Okay, so I'm going back to 100% speed, right? Okay, here's what I'll now do. I'll now try and find the notes. So I will consider this step number 3. Okay, so we found our phrase that we like. We've sung it. We've listened to it. We've sung it. We've slowed it down, and now we are going to try and find the notes. So that's now step number 3. So so I can hear that my first note is going to be an A flat. And you might be wondering, well, how do you know? Well, in the beginning, you might want to fish out that A flat until you find it. Sometimes I find the notes immediately, sometimes I don't. I don't have perfect pitch. You don't need it. What you just need is good relative pitch and good listening generally. So it gets better the more you do it. Okay. Boom. I'm now going to try and find the notes that I'm singing. Okay, so I can hear. I'm just decorating that note. I can hear I'm going down chromatically. So but remember earlier I said this phrase is outlining the harmony. So the other thing that I'm noticing is that I'm starting on a chord tone of D half diminished. So I'm starting on that flat 5. Now this is a fragment of a G bebop scale. Okay, So, because G bebop scale is so. So decorate the flat 5, bebop scale, followed by be-bo-do. So I can already hear that the notes that follow are actually just a G7 chord. So G7 chord, and then it ends on the root of C. So I'll play that again. Oh, I hope you can see that I'm playing it but singing it. So my singing is guiding my fingers. Okay. I try and make that the case all the time so that I don't I play what I'm singing, not to sing what I'm playing, if that makes sense. Right, so the first one was Sonny Clark playing. Now it's so here's Sonny. Now my turn. Okay, excellent. So that's the phrase. I can sing it, and now I can play it. Okay, so it's singable, short, and I know that this works over a minor 2-5-1 progression. All right. The next thing we want to do is to now apply this phrase. So, sang it, we know the context in which it's played. Well, let's apply it. So, we said it's over a 2-5-1 progression. So, I'm going to look for songs that use it. It's used here in morning, softly as in the morning sunrise. But let's see, what song uses a minor 2-5-1 progression? Blue Bossa is a good example. Here's the 2-5-1. Okay, so over that, I'm going to try and apply that little piece of language that I've just learned. So and here it comes. Right, and then I'm going to try to hear as well. The more I play it, the more I love it, right? So I could use it over there. I could use this in a song like Summertime. Summertime. Here's a 2-5. Right. Here's a 2-5. Here it is. Your dead is real. So I can apply it in many different ways. I can even use this in something like There'll Never Be Another You. Maybe uses these exact same chords. Here's the 2-5 in the key of C minor. So there, I've just played a 2-5-1. So now I'll try and apply that piece of vocabulary, that piece of jazz language that I've learned from Sonny Clark. Here it is. You know, so it's about looking for opportunities to play this. The song could have been Confirmation by Charlie Parker. I hope I can play it in E flat. So So that little spot there used a 2-5. There's my 2-5-1 in C minor. And so forth, right? But the most important thing was during that 2-5-1, I'm able to use that piece of language. So you can either use it as is, as it originally is, or you can take the concept behind it. So when I look at it, remember we said it's starting on the flat 5. So we're decorating that flat 5. What if I decide to decorate another chord tone from that D minor 7 flat 5? What if I decorate the third? Let's see, I could go, you know, so I've taken that idea of decorating the note, chord tone, starting it almost as a triplet. I think that first rhythm is a triplet when I go triplet or something like that. Maybe the first note slightly longer. So here. Okay, I've changed the way I played it there. And that's fine, because the goal is not necessarily to play it the same way. It's to try and play it same piece of language, but use it in as many different ways as possible. Okay, so that's me decorating the third. What if I decorate the root? So I'll play it slowly. Okay, what if I decorate the 7th? I can actually just do that. Let me do that again. Oops. Right. I'm not sure I decorated the 7th the first time, actually. I might have. But the idea is you are embellishing a chord tone and then you're ending it in your own different way. So you take the rhythm, you take the general concept behind it, and then here's the original. Okay, so you can apply that in as many different ways as possible. So now you've really internalized, and remember, this is just one piece, one bar phrase. So way more effective sometimes than transcribing the entire solo. There's a definite place for transcribing entire solos and tremendous benefits from it. But if you want to start speaking the language and to own it as quickly as possible, short phrases, short singable phrases that you can understand their context and where they're played, those are the best to learn from. Let's find one more phrase from this solo, just to keep our lives more interesting. So I like that one. I'm just going to go to a random place in the song. Oh, I like that. So short one. I'm going to try and see if I can sing that. Well, to sing it, I have to listen to it first, right? Just like I'm doing now. Okay. I'm going to leave out that last bit there. I like the okay, so again, because of my good relative pitch, I know the first note is C. I like that rhythm. That's another helpful tip, by the way, clapping that rhythm. So you sing it, it's short, it's singable. I know it's over a 2-5-1. So it's playing just after beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2. So again, what you want to do is to apply this. Again, my knowledge of music theory tells me that this is a C blues scale. So I found the notes quickly, but they're simply a C blues scale. So now I know that I can actually play something over a C minor chord. I can use a C blues scale, or rather over a 2-5-1 in the key of C minor, or any minor rather. You can play blues scale. So what if it's, this is summertime. And there's that first phrase. So as you can see, I've already internalized it because I sang it a few times. Now if I do this for a number of days, this thing is just going to appear in my playing when I least expect it. And I might now be able to apply this in so many different ways just from experimenting with it over and over and over. So if you like the idea of these phrases, and if you're wanting more phrases that you can use in your playing, I've created a PDF for you which has not just phrases, by the way. So you've got phrases over 2-5-1s in major key from real recordings by some of the jazz greats like Bud Powell, Barry Harris, Wynton Kelly, and so forth, even Charlie Parker. So you've got 2-5-1 progressions. Then you've also got minor 2-5-1s like the one that we did here. But sometimes the lengths of the phrases also vary. You know, so you can have a 2-5-1 over 4 bars, but you can also have a 2-5-1 over 2 bars. So I give you written examples of these in my free PDF, which is available for download in the description. So please do check that out. And over and above that, I've also got some tips on how you can become a better jazz musician. So the people that have actually paid attention to those things and not just read it like you're reading a novel, the people who've actually done it, a lot of them have told me that this has actually changed their musical life. So their playing has been transformed from just following those tips, and the licks have actually opened their ears and their eyes to the language of jazz and to acquiring jazz vocabulary. It's also just triggered some interest in some things that you might not normally have listened to. So for instance, I don't know if everybody listens to Sonny Clark, okay, but hopefully from this video you're going to become more interested in him and you want to find out a little bit more about him and his music. A really wonderful guy. And as your ears open from listening to one person, when you then go to another person, maybe the person you like, you're like, hang on, I can hear and I can really understand what's going on in the music now. So please, again, I repeat, please do check that that free PDF out. And if you've got any other tips of your own that you would like to recommend for transcribing or how you learn the language of jazz, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, which I'm sure most of you have, if you haven't, please do. That will really help me to continue putting out videos like this and for this channel to do well. So please practice, practice, practice and apply this information, and I hope to see you in the next video.